Well, Brian's body shop was nice enough to drop off the FD for me, so I didn't go pick it up. So today we're gonna go through it and kind of get a better idea on the damages and see if it really is worth, you know, going at it. So, as you can see, Brian, well, let me close the hood. When I first got this car, the whole front end was just not even bolted down, so it was just all loose over the place, and I thought that's why it didn't line up. But Brian bolted everything down, and he was telling me that the front bumper literally was sitting like up and over the hood like an inch. The fenders were like on top of the hood, and I don't know what the hell happened, but he was able to get this all to line up. I mean, it's not OEM perfect, but it definitely all lines up now. All the body lines, and somehow he managed to straighten this fender. It was all bent up and destroyed, but it looks perfectly fine to me now. I don't know how he managed that one. So it's kind of weird to see the car right now because with the front end on and it all lined up, it's kind of making me not feel so bad about the car. But let's pop the hood and see what's up. It's gonna be a long winter, but FD is inside, started to rain, so waiting for the lights to warm up a little bit more, and we're gonna dig through this thing. I'm still really impressed that the front end lines up. It kind of like doesn't look that big of a piece of crap anymore. So it looks like Brian really cleaned up the radiator support too, surprisingly. Like this was all mangled, it's all straight now. This seems a lot more flat, this whole entire piece. The fact that the bumper support actually bolts directly to it, which is sick. Didn't even have to ovalize the mounting holes. This fender fits no problem. Uses the OEM holes, it looks nice and clean. For the driver's side, it's a little bit of a compromise. So I guess this car was hit really bad, like this way, to actually cause the whole front of the car to kind of shrink in. And the firewall was actually wrinkled a little bit. But Brian Hall, I don't know how he did it, but he was able to pull the firewall out again. As you can see, it wrinkled here and here, and now it's nice and flat. There's some stretch marks right here that show previous damage. That will never probably come out, but that's not a big deal. And you can see the upper frame rail. The strut tower is actually directly in place. This is measured out to spec, but the upper rail itself was moved back just a little bit, so the holes are slightly off, as you can see. That window should be perfectly clear with that one, so it kind of shows you how messed up that is. But the strut tower is inspected, and that's all that matters. The worst case we have to do is just overlize the holes in the fender, and it lines up mint. So I can't make up my mind on this car. It really sucks because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of effort to build a car. I don't care if you build it half-assed or if you build it pristine. There's a lot of effort that goes into any path that you take. It's just hard putting so much money into a car that you're not like fully sold on. But I keep telling myself it's a drift car, so I can't really be too upset. Selling the car or not, I want to put the full interior in. If I'm going to keep it, I'm going to want full interior. If I'm going to sell it, I'm going to want full interior in it to make it more enticing to a buyer. So the OEM carpet for this car is like $1,000. It is so much money, but you can get an aftermarket carpet. It was like $200 shipped. Only thing that sucks about aftermarket carpets, I put one in the 240 also, is they're perfectly shaped for the car, but they're not cut. So they're a little bit bigger, like there's a little bit of excess on the sides, and there's no holes cut for the e-brake, the center console, anything. So if you don't have an OEM carpet to mock it up to, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So I'm kind of dreading this, but I'm very excited to see what the car looks like with interior. I auto custom carpets. They didn't sponsor us or anything, I wish they did, but I just really like their products because it's a really good cheap alternative to a lot of factory interior options. I mean, an OEM carpet is $1,000. That is insane. This gives me the option of putting a little bit of work in and having a nice fresh carpet in literally any color I want. I could have got this thing in like purple if I wanted to, and for literally a fifth of the cost. So, and you could add some sound deadening to the carpet for like an extra 50 bucks. Totally worth it. I always do it because I like quiet cars. It's basically just that matting. All right, so technically you're supposed to let this sit for like a 24 hours, let it kind of like resettle out, but I ain't got time like that. This thing is gonna be miserable to install. It definitely was on the S13 when I did it on there, but it'll be worth it. I wish I had a OEM carpet just to mock it up next to, but we should be all set. Oh, already made this thing filthy. All right, so it's pretty crazy. I put it in front of the heater for literally probably 10 minutes now, and it's like already starting to take a shape, which is pretty sweet. It looks way more like a carpet now than it did about 5 minutes ago, So for back seats in this thing, it's like these bin containers, and I have ugly tan ones. So what I'm gonna do is, I was suggested by Tommy and Brian to basically do a spray paint on these. So they make an interior paint for this that I guess is pretty expensive, but it is really strong. And so I'm gonna go pick that up, paint it black, and that should look a lot better than tan. All right, I got this color coat paint. I guess it's nice and durable. I couldn't decide between gloss and satin black. I kind of wish I got satin because the gloss sticks out a little much, but we'll see. It was like $17 after tax. Not horrible, but very expensive for a spray can. Whatever. So I also picked up some rubbing alcohol at my local CVS just to prep the surface of the paint, make sure there's no grease or oil on it. Three heavy coats later, this thing is finally starting to look black. I still need to do the top of the bins. This stuff kind of sprays pretty thin. It's kind of a pain in the ass to use, but if you spray it really, really close and just take your time, it'll be black eventually. Tommy was telling me just to use bed liner because it gives a good texture finish to it. So if I mess this up, I might just send on bed liner. Who knows? At least I know that won't come off. So we'll just have to see. I've been drying the coats in between with the heat gun to help because it is very, very cold in here. I don't know why I'm showing you the garage. You can't tell that it's cold in here, but it is. Take my word for it. It's only like 35 degrees outside right now. All right, now it's time to tackle the pain in the ass part, and that's actually cutting the carpet into shape of the FD. Now it seems as if you're supposed to take the dash off to get the carpet in. I'm gonna try to avoid that and just do what I do for the S13s. Is you just cut a basically slash down the middle, so we could be able to like tuck that up underneath the dash. It won't come out, and it'll allow us to kind of lay it in the center. We can kind of trim out what we need to. If not, it's like literally impossible because you'll just keep eyeballing. We got to cut it. You end up cutting way too much. Might not be able to tell because it's dark in here, but I aligned the rear tray so it has a nice indent for it so it stays in one position. And I'm gonna kind of like roll the carpet forward and kind of trim as I need to. All right, so the carpet is now in. That went a lot smoother than I thought it would. This one was actually trimmed to the right width. The one I got for the S13 wasn't, so it was a lot more work. So now I just gotta slowly piece it all back together. The first thing I wanna put in is the center console. The center console. And yeah, we'll do that.
Flippin' or being.
All right, Jip, what is going on?
What'd you say about NASCAR?
So what did we get?
Everything, I think. I think these...
So went to the best budget-friendly place ever, and that is rockauto.com. We got a coil because we forgot it on the distributor. Oh,
That's...
oh my god, look at this box.
For that.
For this.
I don't know what belt that is. I ordered both of them because I wasn't sure.
We're good. And we got an O2 sensor, which is nice.
We got the
so.
Bando.
So Jip's going for this whole mustache thing now.
No, just for tonight. I'm over it already.
Justin just stopped by. He brought the welded pipe by. Thank you very much. Did you film it or not?
Yeah, I did. It'll be up later. It's rendering right now.
There you go. So Justin filmed it and it's on his channel. So if you guys want to check out how he managed to weld this eBay aluminum somehow, it'll be on his channel.
Even though Jimmy cut it with a chop saw. He made it fun.
My bad, rookie mistake. But I'll put his channel in the description. Check it out. Do it. Subscribe to while you're at it.
Yes, please. Thank you.
But my rough measurements ended up actually working out pretty well. This lines up like perfectly. Well, once this is mounted, it will. And then this one's a little short, but I knew that from the beginning. We're gonna have a coupler make up for the difference, but we should be all set. The intercooler kit looks awesome. Save so much piping by just doing a mid-mount kit. Sooner spoolage.
More bullage.
All right, now I gotta mount this thing up. All right, it has come down to desperate measures. I am now filming with the iPhone for the rest of the day. The G7X has officially become obsolete. It stopped working and this sucks, but whatever. We'll worry about that later. All right, but in the meantime, Randall and Jip are having a stash off. Let's see.
What's up, YouTube? YouTube!
Let's see it.
Who's going to the NASCAR race?
You guys gotta vote who wins.
Well, I can feel
Jet
it.
has a nicer one, but like, no, get side by side.
But Drew's got that grime points on it.
No, I have the grime
Dirt
stash.
stash.
DrewTube for the win.
Drew wins.
Leave a comment, DrewTube.
All right, so my rear buckets have fully dried, I believe, so I'm gonna put it back together and we're gonna drop it in. God, I can't believe I'm filming on an iPhone right now. I hate this. All right, so I got the rear buckets or bins, whatever you want to call them, in, and it looks really nice. I kind of realized that I probably need one more coat of black on this. As you could tell, compared to other blacks, it's pretty brown, but that's no biggie. You can always take them out and do them again. Same, so I had the little C-pillar covers back here, and I need to repaint those, and I definitely need more than just that one can, so that's as much as I'm going to get done today on the interior, but holy crap, is that a big difference. Look at that. Door cards come in the mail in like 2 days, so I'll have those on, and the interior looks so good. Big upgrade. Not bad. Alright, since I have no more parts for the FD today, we're going to go back onto the budget hatch and get this intercooler piping hooked the heck up. Alright, so I used the little tabs on the intercooler, and I mounted them to the hood latch support, which worked out really well. And so it kind of put it really nice and far back away from the radiator. And the eyelets are right there. So I'm going to have to trim this right here. Give us some more room for the coupler, but...
Mustache approved.
Alright, so the intake side fits mint. Now the turbo side, it's a little short. I knew it was going to be short, but that's all I had for piping laying around to make it straight. So we're just going to order a coupler to make up for the difference. It's not that much longer, so that's easy. And that should be all set. So this isn't the map we're using, it's just kind of like our spare one. Oh my god. But it kind of fits like perfectly like this. Picture like a little air filter adapter on there. Now, the whole straight thing looks really weird, so I think we don't have any of this 3-inch piping laying around, but I know Haggard does. I know Haggard has a whole bin of it, so we're probably gonna go snag our little bend just to make it look a little more normal. I guess, I don't know, that looks super weird.
Well, you gotta think about the clutch fan's gonna be there.
True. So we're gonna put a slight arch on it and get it here, maybe. Or we could just tune this for speed density. Take this and run it like this.
Or we could just do that and be like every other real person out there.
That looks a lot better.
It does, but it's close to the header.
To the header?
To the header.
Hold on.
To the header. No, this is NA still.
Turbo
Turbo
manifold!
Oh, and so it begins.
Oh, like my phone's in there. Oh, those are the pliers. Goes the hardest way. Wait, watch out. Watch out. There's a nice car behind me. Night, night.
What is this?
Night, night. Tap.
It's surprisingly a lot more done than it looks. Once we get the radiator once we get the radiator in, we just put the hose on, that's all set, and then we're waiting on the crank pulley. Once the crank pulley's on, then we get the accessories all on, and essentially, it's done at that point. Put fluids in, put the drive shaft in, and... Well, at least this one side is complete. Slacking so hard. Alright, so as far as the FD goes, I think I'm just going to keep wrenching on it for now. I don't know, all my friends want me to keep it, and I think I should. I mean, we could build it, we have the technology, we could fix it. I think if I lower it, if I just suck it up and buy coilovers, even though it's the last thing I need right now, and just see this thing low, it'll probably get me a lot more excited on it. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll hit up some companies and see if they'll hook it up, but... Alright, so the audio is probably horrible right now, and I apologize for it. My camera did finally crap the bed, and I'm stuck using the iPhone for the rest of the video. Luckily, my friend's gonna let me borrow his camera in the meantime until I can get another one. It kind of sucks because that wasn't really in a budget, but I was kind of expecting it a little bit here and there, so... But yes, I've been slacking horribly on the budget hatch, but it will get there soon enough. I think only probably a week more. I mean, at this point, like I said, I'm waiting on like 2 main parts, and we should really have this thing running. I mean, that's about it. So I guess we're just gonna keep moving forward on the FD, like I said. Why the heck not? It lines up pretty good now, and we're just gonna bite the bullet and go from there. Maybe I might have a change of heart. Who knows? But I'm gonna call it a night. I know this video, I feel like this video was a little slow. I've been slacking so hard on filming lately. I swear it's this cold weather just has me dead. But hopefully now that I decided to keep the FD for now, I guess we'll just go full force on that. And we have some pretty cool stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. I don't want to give away a spoiler alert, but be prepared for a big surprise. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to end a video like that. Yeah, I guess. Okay, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and I will see you guys in a day or two.